be able to do that. That's what I'm saying. Like it's
Yeah.
going to take people like us to lay the foundation so they can be able to do that shit, man. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you already know, Dimebag, that this has been a struggle for probably, hundreds of years with us with the guns.
Just us with everything in general, man, because it's like, it'd be like, we like our own worst enemies. Like, it's a lot of people that don't get it. Like, you might have to go without something, but don't give these fucking people your money. They don't got your best fucking interest. Sit on that shit.
Your best interest is to own a gun and not be fearful of a gun.
No, I'm not talking about. I think everybody. If you a black person in this country and you can get a firearm, get you a fucking firearm, because I guarantee you, everybody else that can get one got one. So yeah, I'm pro gun. Don't get me wrong. I'm very pro gun. Now, but what I'm saying is, if we can't start building an economic foundation within ourselves, with our people, we will stay stuck in this rut, and some people we're going to have to leave alone, because without economics, without an economic foundation, we can't even protect ourselves.
Well, even with...
That's why it's open season on us. That's why it's always open season, because we can't protect ourselves. We have no economic backing power.
Even if you have an economic backing power, you just seen a Milwaukee player get stunned with a stun gun, and the other Milwaukee player, they stepped on his ankle. So
if we had an economic foundation, we can put the people in there that's gonna carry our fucking agenda like everybody else does. But we don't have that. That's why we're vulnerable. That's why we walking around this motherfucker. That's why the motherfucking police can just pop us and it's no fucking big deal. Because we ain't got no fucking money. And the little money we do give, they want to just give it away instead of sit on that shit. They sit on their money. They go with fucking thousands.
Well, I know you're familiar about Aaron Carey, too, that was shot in the head in Chicago. I think it's some type of gang violence or some type of fight. And the guy wasn't dead, and the cops covered him with sheets. And the guy was switching under the sheet, and the crowd was just telling the cops, like, look, the man is still alive under the sheet. And they didn't get this guy to the hospital, I think, a whole hour later, and he eventually died.
But and if we start building an economic foundation, we can have people in place to where this stuff does not take place.
But you got to understand this, darling. When you're a prisoner of war, which we have been prisoners of war for over almost 400 years right now, we have to consider ourselves as prisoners of war. We have been captured. And then when you're a prisoner of war, you don't have the same rights as the citizens in the country that you're in. We are not the whole 100% citizens as we think.
I know.
And yet and still, we celebrate the 4th of July, right?
I don't celebrate the 4th of July, me personally, but I do pop fireworks, if that count for anything. I mean, you can get 6 artillery shells down for like $3. How can you not buy those? It's hard not to buy those things, man. It's like you get 6 of them, you get the 2 for $3.
But we celebrate the 4th, and we are not 100% accepted as citizens in the country that we are patriotising.
So what country you suggest we go to?
What we have to do as Melanoid people in the U.S., we have to consider ourselves as prisoners of war being captured in a land that was once ours as indigenous people. Because once again, we've been here before the white man.
Other than Native Americans,
we are the Native Americans.
Hold on. I'm talking about the United States. I'm just talking about the United States. I'm not talking about the whole continent of America. They include South America and North America. I'm talking about just these These say United States. Who do you think are the real Americans? Not count Native Americans, because I already know, yeah, I'm talking about not excluding Native Americans.
I'm gonna give you
who are the real Americans? What group, if you want to put them in groups, what group do you think would be the real Americans?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you who are. It is in your face right now. I'm gonna give you three things or three different picks that will tell you who's the original people.
No. I'm talking about the United States. The United States as a country. When this country was formed, and they start calling the people on this said land Americans, who do you think? What group of people who you honestly think is that can really say that they are Americans? What group do you think that is?
Okay, what color is the Washington Redskins symbol?
I said exclude Native Americans. I'm talking about the invention of the American country. Just this said United States land.
What color is the Washington Redskins?
Can you
tell me that?
He's brownish.
What color is the Cleveland Indians?
Brownish.
What color was Pocahontas?
Oh, brown.
Okay. So who you think is the original people on this earth? I mean, in the United States.
I'm talking about yes. Black is descendant of slaves. We built this country.
But the country was already off.
This is like they have.
No, I ain't talking about this open back. This country wasn't broke down in states until it was colonized.
Can you pull up right now? Can you pull up a picture of the Washington Redskins symbol?
I know what the Washington Redskins symbol looked like, but I ain't talking about. I'm not talking about Native Americans. Because Native Americans never was a part of the United States. I'm talking about when this country, this whole concept of these 50 goddamn states put together, the slaves and descendant slaves built this country. We are
been here. It goes back to reclassify and put in different categories. You get me? My grandmother always told us we was Indian. And for Christopher Columbus, when he came here to call the Native American Indians, the people of India are dark-complected people.
Yes.
I know. So, that's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about this whole invention of, I know Native Americans were on this land. They were slaughtered. Their land was taken. I'm talking about this. I'm talking about.
No, they wasn't slaughtered. They just got reclassified and recategorized. They went to Negro. The Indians turned it to Negro.
Okay, that's fine too. But what I'm saying, this whole invention of it, when they decided to make this country a country, this whole concept, all the cultures and everything, this stuff comes from slaves. Stuff that
I wouldn't necessarily say all slaves, because most of, when like I said, when Christopher Columbus
I know it was
here,
black people already on this continent before this stuff even happened. I know that. But what I'm saying is the whole concept of America, like the tradition, these so-called traditions and all this other bullshit, is what I'm saying. I'm not.
Well, most of these traditions are stolen. Most of them, if not all of them, is stolen from different cultures to create America.
Right.
Right? Pretty much every tradition that America has here in the U.S. is stolen from other cultures and remodified.
Yeah, to make a buck.
Yes, no, to make a dollar. Even Christmas, as they would put it, as they paganism has been re-engineered and modified to create the ultimate dollar.
That's my favorite pagan holiday is Christmas. It is. I love Christmas. It's awesome. But no, I'm just we need to have conversations like that, and I feel that we're both on the same page. Like, I see the shit you see the shit I see. Like, Like the story you sent me of the guy floating down the river, man, you know, down the Detroit River. Wasn't that the Detroit River?
Yeah, that's the Detroit River. People was fishing out there.
Yeah. Like that shit should be happening to our people, man. Like,
yeah, I mean,
that's probably not the first body that was found there, I'm pretty sure.
Nah, it wasn't the first body. So, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just black people bodies found either. They didn't found dark-complected bodies. But, you know, Detroit has always been a hotbed for crime, a hotbed for political turmoil. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? There's always been shit going on up here that the public might not quite understand. Mm-hmm. But staying here, I understand it's deeply rooted in the culture here. You know what I'm saying? So Detroit is a weird place. And if you study the history of and economic growth and gangster growth, it has a deep history in racketeering and crime and all type of other things that dealing in here in Detroit, because this place is right here on the Great Lakes, is on the international border, and it plays to a lot. It even plays to human trafficking. Human trafficking is huge here in Michigan, but it's not known to the public.
Right. And see, that's the beauty of it, because you like right there on ground zero. And
yeah, a lot of human trafficking is here. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy access. You have a lot of these homes that have underground tunnels that's up under the river that goes to Canada. That you don't know how they transport the people. They caught an ecstasy ring that had these are old bootlegging tunnels. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of these houses that's on the riverfront connect and have tunnels under their house that goes up under the river, because it's only like a mile or two close to Canada. Right there on the little narrow strip. So, you know, you have a lot of these homes over here that the police don't even know have secret tunnels.
And squatters or something?
No, tunnels that you can run from Detroit to Canada. Like, you know, like a tunnel, they have sliders. They have, like, you know, they caught an ecstasy ring that was running ecstasy up under one. And the DEA officer said, who knows how many houses have tunnels like this?
Right. Oh, they probably taking kids, all kind of crazy shit through that shit.
So this is what I'm trying to get at. So human trafficking is huge,
bootlegging,
and Detroit is being redeveloped, and these people are finding, or if not already had, these tunnel houses. How can you detect kids being missing when they're sliding up underground to the next country?
Yeah, once they get out of the United States, it's a wrap. They ain't never find.
And you don't have to. And you get what I'm saying. You don't have to take them in cars and go over borders and everything. They have houses with bootlegging tunnels that's already dug out that they used back in the Purple Gang days. You know what I'm saying? And the DEA officer said they don't know how many houses have tunnels like this dug already.
Right. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. But I want to
and I'm gonna tell you. Hold on, let me tell you one thing. I think this was 3 years ago. They debuted the devil statue here. So Detroit has always been a Gothic hotbed for Masonic, Luciferian rituals here. You get me? We have a lot of movies that was shot here. Even some of the Transformers, the dark Transformer movie was shot here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But back to the tunnel things. Trust me, the government knows about the tunnels. If they have satellites to see all the Taliban bullshit in the mountains, they can penetrate the ground out here. They just allow stuff to happen.
I pretty would know they would know about some of these. I mean, they probably would, but they probably would have to know what area it was in. But if you don't suspect nothing on the border of Detroit in a house that you bought that has a tunnel leading directly to Canada, how would anyone know?
That's why I tell people go read Vault 7 on WikiLeaks. It'll explain a lot of this stuff. Read Vault 7.
They have tunnels. A lot of these tunnels that they're using to kidnap kids was once old underground railroad tunnels.
What were they doing underground with the railroad?
Probably moving slaves from the States to Canada.
No, they're moving in some of these homes that was
that's what
used
he's talking
during the
about.
slave days for the underground railroad has tunnels in them and is used today for rituals, for sacrificial and everything. You get me? They have stories on this right now. You can Google it. Even during the Pizzagate, that particular area is full of tunnels underground.
Yeah, but that whole story been made out to be bullshit.
No, but I'm saying the whole area where the Pizzagate is at is full of tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? I know that story. I'm talking about the tunnels underground.
Right.
I mean, there's all kinds of tunnel action. You know, I mean, they've been making tunnels that go from L.A. to New York. I mean, fast trains underground for the past 20 years, ever since the 80s.
That's what I'm saying.
Most people aren't aware of that. But the thing about it is, we got to come up with solutions now that can help the young people. You know, it's great to know these history trivia points. It's great to have a good sense of philosophy. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, where can a young person go to get that loan?
That's why I've been saying it, goddammit, we need an economic foundation. We cannot protect ourselves without money. If that's the number one resource, we need some fucking money. And it might take a small group of people like us to start building that foundation, but if the foundation never get built, then our legacies is pretty much done.
Wait, Bill Cosby didn't lay down a foundation for
fuck no. That's the reason why Bill Cosby was in jail, because if he would have invested in black men instead of attacking black men, he would be at home and not having these fucking criminal charges he was convicted of.
O.J. Simpson didn't set up a foundation for us?
These guys are all Bull 8 members, so once again, you always have to answer to Daddy.
Of course.
You always got to answer to Daddy at the end of the day. So no matter who, Bill Cosby, Martin Luther King, Jesse Jackson, I mean, some of the most elite right now are some of the most bootleg people to ever be known.
But, you know, the thing about it is, once again, let's put this all out on the table so everyone understands. 1, we have no economic footing. 2, we have a fragmented society / culture. 3, we have a notorious enemy that basically seeks our deaths as a whole.
And they look like us.
Well, those are the infiltrators, absolutely. Let
me explain this. I wouldn't necessarily agree with you on that, because the black melanoid people right now have some of the best tools available right now in the world, but they're not utilizing them. They're not building their own networking, their own platforms, and they're not utilizing this computer industry like they should. Look at the South Africans, how they doing and utilizing technology. Look at the Chinese. Look at the Malaysians. Look at the Koreans. Look at the Russians. Look at the Nigerians that's getting billions just off of scamming on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
And here these people don't even have excellent infrastructure. So I can't agree with we don't have a platform, economic platform. We're not utilizing the tools. We're not utilizing the tools that we have here in America to fight against white supremacy.
But I'm saying,
we have the laptops. We have the Wi-Fi. We have the platforms of networking.
The only thing we have is YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and all that stuff is, last time I checked, owned by white folks. They can catch you off like that.
I'm not saying that, but you also have people that sell on sites like Etsy, Amazon, eBay, Facebook. So you can sell on Instagram. You have entrepreneurs right now grossing money off of these platforms that can never do it without an Instagram. You have some of the biggest,
but it's the people who put Instagram together
on YouTube today. You have some of the biggest makeup artists as black women on YouTube today.
Gotcha. I got you. But this is how it really works. The people who put together Instagram or the people who put together YouTube ever decided, hey, you know what? We made our cash is over. They can just bounce out. And guess what? All those people you mentioned will just go back to obscurity, just like they will anyhow in the next 7 years. And that would be that.
That's why we have to build our own networking and platforms, our own apps. We have to utilize technology that's given to us. So right now they're taking net neutrality is taking some of the laws away.
Yeah, it took a lot of the laws away.
The new creators or the new YouTubers and the new youth Instagrams is not going to have the same rules that we was playing with years prior.
That's why if people like me and you don't work together, we're done.
We're done. You're right. And so what I preach on the air or to the youth is to utilize some of these certification programs to gather up your platform, A+ networking skills, IT skills out here. Because a lot of these, and you know what I'm saying, a lot of these people are stuck in college. I'm not telling the youth to not go to college. But
we need them educated.
Utilize some certifications first to get you some skills in set. Because most of the college right now is putting the youth in debt instead of educating them.
Yeah, it's more student debt than there is any other debt combined. It's more student debt.
Thank you. So a lot of these kids, youth, I ask them, what are you taking up? They say African studies.
You guys are saying the student debt is more than $21 trillion.
It's more, if you calculate all the debt, it's more student debt than any other debt.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But yeah, but we're still.
I just had to get True Powers back on track.
No, I just want to talk about this money thing because it's very important we truly get a grasp of what we're talking about here. All right? There is no such thing as white dollars or black dollars. They're just green dollars. And green dollars are made by the Federal Reserve. No. Printing.
I want to give the Federal Reserve today.
And all these banks and institutions and foundations are set up and propped up by them to protect them. So whenever you're talking about building an economic situation, you got to understand what you're against. You know, you're not against just the run-of-the-mill scumbag. You're against the actual people who own all the politicians, the people who own all the judges, the people who own all the prisons, the people who own all the fucking guns. All that shit's tied to them. But if you better understand what you're going against.
But if we don't...
let me tell you something like this, True. When you have the ability of the internet and social media, you now have your own world. You really don't have to deal with them.
Yeah, but
only on laws. But in making money, even the politicians is baffled at some of these millionaires that's coming out of the social media.
Yeah, but if you ain't on the same team, that shit gonna get stifled.
I mean, certain way, or you're gonna get compromised. They're gonna make you make so much money. But if you begin these together and networking,
these people that's famous, these people that get a lot of attention and a lot of craziness on social media stuff, the motherfuckers are bought and paid for. Because man,
hold up, Donnie. But who pays them? Who is the
because they're gonna do what they're told to do. Like you think, like
no, but who pays them?
Huh?
Who pays them? White folks pay them, right?
Corporations,
which is majority white, right? When has the last time you heard a rapper trying to lobby? Say you wanted to open up a marijuana dispensary. Have you ever heard some rappers buying some lobbyists?
Well,
or some basketball players buying lobbyists?
No, but we could if people like me and you and other people, if we put our money together, we could do the same fucking shit. We do the same shit.
You can buy lobbyists. You can buy your own lobbyists.
Exactly. And that's why we brought you on today, brother. So we can let other people know that's going on. Some of the same crazy bullshit that's going on in Detroit. It goes on in St. Louis. It goes on in Kansas City. It goes on in Springfield. It goes on to all these towns in Missouri, and probably the same bullshit in the state of Michigan. You got Flint still water fucked up. If you go down to Alabama, drive through rural Alabama, you're going to think you're in some fucking poor African country. Because the black people that live out in rural Alabama, that shit's like third world conditions, literally. For real. But
that's by design.
You gotta understand, the whole United States is all connected to the matrix system. So once you start to interrupt that system, is when the system begins to start to crumbling, is what we seeing now. The matrix system is starting to be, it's glitching right now. It's a glitch in the system. It's beginning to crumble. You get me? Because you have shows like this, you have other shows on YouTube and Instagram that's awakening people right now.
But they stifle us, man. They stifle us, man. When you go cut that microphone on, man, and you put your show out there and you speak that truth, they detect that shit, they shut that shit down. But they'll put some dumbass clown on there.
Yeah, every time.
All the time, this shit going straight through. But when you go on there and speak your truth, and you giving knowledge to your people, man, they suppress that shit. They throw some bullshit ass number out here. Whatever, like, I don't know how you do your show or something. Whatever numbers it show, multiply that probably about 3 to 4 times. Because the first time you say something crazy, because they listening, that's why I tell people to go read that Vault 7. On WikiLeaks.
To do a show. Obviously, people are not going to read that.
They know who you is, man. They know who the fuck we are. They know where we fucking live. They know everything we fucking do. They fucking know. And it's fucked up that we got to come together like this instead of in some big fancy studio. But they ain't going to put no niggas on like us. That's all I'm saying. But if we work together, we can plant the seeds and get other people on.
Everything is ran on algorithms. Like I said, it goes back to classification and categories. I'm quite sure me, you, and a bunch of these YouTuber Instagrammers are all in 1 or 2, 3 categories.
No, we in more. They like these the mofos we ain't fucking with right here. We in that category because one of them got a one-way ticket to Guantanamo Bay. And he don't even know it, and that's and so all I'm saying is, man, just the numbers is lying, but you know. If people like us don't work together and back each other up, then there will nothing be able to be built. For real.
Well, my brother, like I said, once again, we need what you doing, what I'm doing, what numerous other awoke people or brothers is doing right now. We have to utilize technology.
Yes.
We have to. You get me? Because with this net neutrality that's put forth right now, a lot of what we know as we looking on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and other sites and all that is going to be put to a halt or somehow censored.
They already been doing.
Not cut off permanently.
Yeah. Tell the people where they can find you at.
Well, they can find me at Judah Woke Ace. That's Judah A with a WOKE Ace, all one word on Instagram. You can also find me on Facebook on 7 Mile Radio. You can type that in Facebook and look up Judah Woke Ace Truth Talk. You can find me on there, and that's pretty much it.
Well,
I'm all around Detroit, trying to get my message across. I also have a book bag drive. I do on that's coming up August the 19th. That's in its 10th annual year. And so, I give out book bags. I try to get donations together, which you can hit me on the Cash App, Judo Woke Ace on the Cash App. Or, I tell people, come up there and bring your time, because the youth need time instead of a lot of talk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You get me? The youth, because right now, the youth is going through issues right now. We need to get to the bottom of this, because they're starving and they need attention from us, the elders.
Right.
We are the fathers to these kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's basically it. And I want to say one more thing. Black Panther will be premiering at the Big House in U of M Ann Arbor. It's expected to be one of the biggest free showings in history. But they expected 20 to 30,000 attendees to this free Black Panther showing at the Big House, which is the Wolverine Stadium, on July 14th. So I'm looking forward to that.
Wow.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Well, all I got to say is, man, you got some brothers down here in the state of Missouri got your back, man. So never you.
Yeah, man. Same here in Detroit, man. In Motor City, man. We got your back. And like I said, I love for you guys to come on my show one day.
Hey,
and,
just let us know, man. We'll come on there and act a fucking fool or be civilized. Just let us know in advance.
But good to know, my brother.
But real talk, man. I'm glad you came on, man. And anytime, man, you got something to say, let us know, man. We'll try to do whatever we can, because if we don't work together, man, they gonna crush us.
Oh yeah,
for real.
Absolutely.
Well, I appreciate the invite and for working with you brothers on the show today, talking about real truth talk and talking about whatever, you know what I'm saying, and enlighten the people, because, you know what I'm saying, this is what we need. We need debates and we need talk out here to enlighten some of these youth and some of these people that might not know some of these issues that's going on in the world today, because the news is not going to give it to you. They only going to give you a drop of it. The rest, you have to find out on your own.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
So,
all right. Well, that's the show.
There you go. Hey, just hit me up, man. We appreciate you coming on. I'll be in touch.
All right, thank you guys. That's Judo Woke Ace. Holla at everybody.
Thank you, brother Judah.
From the great state of Michigan, folks.
And once again, y'all, the show was sponsored by Apex Construction. 636-208-5044. Call them for all your construction needs. If you want to donate to the Other Morning Show, it's P.O. Box 133, DeSoto, Missouri 63020.
Go on Patreon/DimebagTV.com. Sign up. And if you want to support the show, do what you do, man. If not, we're going to keep doing what we do.
Yes, sir.
So.
All right, y'all. This has been the Other Morning Show. I'm True Powers Mine.
I'm Dimebag Darley.
And we out.
Peace.